Greetings. Happy Wednesday and a Wellness Wednesday indeed. Today, for our Wellness Wednesday quick lunch and learn, we're going to be talking about setting boundaries for your work life balance. And you may wonder, well, no, you're not even going to wonder why I'm talking about this. I hear all the time about people having challenges with work life balance. And I've even heard people talking about balance, there's no such thing. Yes, there is a balancing act that we have to do day to day. So let's get into it. But first, let me introduce myself. For those who are new to me, I'm Dr. Michelle Clay. I am a physician, certified holistic health counselor, clinical nutritionist. My purpose is that of a healing helper. And how that shows up and I express that purpose is through Freeality. And Freeality is a premium wellness experience. I provide tools to transform your wellness through premium loose leaf herbal teas, which are really relaxing escapes of wellness in a cup, as well as corporate wellness solutions and curated wellness coaching programs, specifically for my fabulous women over 40 to maneuver menopause and perimenopause with grace and ease. I'll be 53 in July. I'm killing this menopause game, right? Okay, but let's get into it. So, work life balance. Why am I talking about this today? Not just because of what I hear everyone talking about and is struggling with, but I'm dealing with that right now. Maintaining, I have to set boundaries and maintaining what I need to do for work versus what I need to do for me personally, for self care, versus what I need to do for my family. All right. So, work life balance. Oftentimes, we are so overextended with our commitments and with all the responsibilities that we have in our careers, especially if you are leaders. An effective leader leads by knowing how to follow and knowing how to listen. And dealing with overwhelming amounts of stress and burnout. Oftentimes, we don't know when to cut off. We don't know when to stop working to care for ourselves. We don't know when to stop working in order to tend to responsibilities at home and care for home. We don't know when to stop working or thinking about work, dealing with work some kind of way, even just to get a good night's rest. And so, I talk a lot about mindfulness. Mindfulness to me is a remedy for so many things. It's a remedy for stress. It is a tool that we can incorporate to set boundaries, to have that balance. So, in setting your boundaries, so you can achieve that work life balance, there are many things to consider, but I'm just going to focus on three. Number one is to have effective communication. And with that effective communication, it's not just what you say, and it's not just how you say it, but it's also how you hear, how you pay attention. And that's where mindfulness comes in. So, mindfulness, as you know, is about taking a pause and being present within yourself, being present in the very moment, not what happened in the past, not what you need to do in the future or what you feel about the future or what you hope happens in the future, but right now in this very moment, taking stock, taking a scan of how you feel in your body, um, the emotions, how you feel in your mind, um, what's going on within you and what's going on around you. Just simply being aware and coming off of autopilot. And in a sense, coming out of tunnel vision, have a panoramic view. Okay. And during this lunch and learn or any moment of the day, you can integrate mindfulness into your workday. You must integrate mindfulness into your life. And it doesn't take a lot of work. If you need to stop and take a quick walk outside, look, it's starting to warm up. Okay, it's starting to warm up. You take a walk outside and just being present of what you hear, what you see, what you feel in that moment. So when you do that, when you integrate mindfulness and you stop and take a pause in that moment, then you can take stock and notice how you really feel about a situation, how you really think about a situation, how you really feel and think about yourself in that situation, in that moment. Okay? And then you are able, once you know that, then you are better able to communicate, effectively communicate first to yourself and then to others what you need and what you want, not just for you personally, but yes, for you personally, and then for the organization at hand and your role in that organization. All right. So that's number one, effective communication. Emotional regulation. Actually, that probably should have been one because with emotional regulation, you don't react, you respond because you have taken that mindful moment and done a scan of what you truly feel in that moment about yourself, in yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally, then you don't react, you respond. And it can help mitigate stress because you're not going to have all these spikes. It might be a little hill and then even out. It might even be a little valley and then you even out. And right now, many of you know that I'm dealing with my dad who is sick. His cancer is inoperable and it's not curable. Okay. And it has grown and he is having some health complications as a result of that. So, in managing my business, managing two households, managing my family, managing myself, when people ask me, how are you doing? I'm saying, my response is there's mountaintop and valley moments. And baby child, sometimes they happen, both of them happen in the same day. And so I might feel a mountaintop moment and I might feel a valley moment, but my response is like this because I practice mindfulness. When I feel something or I hear something, some news that wasn't what I wanted, it's disappointing. Okay. The numbers aren't adding up. My dad isn't admitted to the hospital and we weren't expecting that. Whatever it is, repairs need to be done on the other house. Okay. All those things. Then mindfulness. I stop in the present moment. How do I really feel about this situation? What am I feeling in my body? Because the body will respond to chronic stress. And then I'm able to breathe, and intentional breathing, as you know, is a mindfulness exercise. And then I'm able to respond, and it helps regulate my emotions. Okay. Then the third one is empathy and active listening. These are things to help you set your boundaries for work life balance. With empathy and active listening, then you listen to yourself first, what you are clearly communicating to yourself. Then it helps you really listen. Active listening is not hearing, listening is actually psychological because you're taking in the information, you're gathering the data. It helps you have a better perspective on what someone else is communicating, on someone else's wants and needs, and then in setting your boundaries of what you want and need, and you've listened and heard what the other person or the organization wants and needs, then you are able to meet in the middle for a more harmonious relationship. So I live by the principle of a universal law of reciprocity. So giving and receiving. It's like a circle. Okay. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you receive, the more you give. And setting your boundary, being able to give someone what they want and need, and you receiving what you want and need. Okay. So that is how you can set your boundaries. And when you do that, you communicate what you needed. So for instance, this has to do with work and family, which is who isn't dealing with that? So I know that at this moment, I am unable to travel to a different state to physically be with my dad. He is in the hospital. What all am I going to do sitting in the hospital? And actually, some of the things that I need to do for him, I am handling remotely. That is helping me. Setting that boundary is helping regulate my emotions. It's helping me to effectively communicate, and I'm able to still work and get things done to handle two households and my own health while serving my family as well. Okay. There will come a time when I'll have to shift that. And for that work life balance, I'll have to put a little more energy on the life part, particularly my family, and a little less on the work part. So if you are a leader in your organization, then I know you may be dealing with a lot of this too because you're at that age. We all are. Well, not all of us, but most leadership is at least 40 years old. And you're dealing with parents or soon will. And if your time hasn't yet come, having empathy for your employees who are, they still want to fulfill their work obligations. They still want to be a team player, a team member in your organization. They still want to help the leadership make serve and get to that bottom line. But having empathy for where they are, and if it has to shift just a little bit, then it's okay. It's okay. But just having empathy. And especially as leaders, taking that mindful moment will help you have more empathy and actively listen to what your employees are communicating. Now, another way that I incorporate and integrate mindfulness into my workday to help set these boundaries, because when I'm working, I'm working. But then when I need to shut off and deal with all these other things, I have to shut off. Is y'all know me, a relaxing escape of wellness in the cup through herbal tea. Let's drink some. Oh my goodness. So today I'm sipping on Release Your Royalty. All right. It is a member of the Relaxation Collection and the Sensual Collection too. That's for another talk. And this is helping to regulate my mood because it has ashwagandha in it. And simply preparing a cup of tea, I'm taking that mindful moment. I am sipping very slowly. I am breathing and exhaling into the cup to cool it off so that I can sip, soothe, be in the moment. Oh my goodness, how that warmth cascades down my throat into my esophagus. It warms my chest. It warms my heart. It warms my soul. And in this moment, I am mindful. I am in touch and in tune with what I need and what I'm feeling. I'm communicating that. I can now communicate that clearly and effectively to really be heard with my partners, with my contractors, and my vendors. Yes. And you can do that same thing. So if you're interested in Release Your Royalty, then you can head over to Amazon and pick up some. And there's a $4 coupon. I'm going to put the link in the comments. That's it for today. Top three takeaways. Four takeaways. Number one is integrate mindfulness into your workday. One, and integrate mindfulness into your life. Two, in doing so, you can effectively communicate with yourself and being able to communicate with others. Three, help you in your emotional regulation so you can respond and not react. And those mountaintop and valley moments, instead of going, and then, oh, it'd be more like a blip, more balance. And four, empathy and active listening, being empathetic for yourself, to others, actively listening to others, and actively listening to yourself. And then you'll be able to set your boundaries, knowing exactly what you need in the moment, knowing exactly what you want in the moment, and communicate that, and being able to, when it's time to work, but then when you go home, being able to draw the line in the sand. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me live, and to the replay viewers, thank you so much. I hope this is helpful for you. And of course, if there's anything that you need or you have questions about, or you want a more extensive training on work-life balance, then just go ahead and send me a message and tell me what you need, and we can have a quick chat. And I know if I'll be able to serve you appropriately. All right. So everyone, in the meantime, I want you to be well. I want you to do something well and wonderful for yourself. Take your moment. Take your breath. Be mindful. Go forth and have a positive day. It's Dr. Michelle signing off. Bye, y'all.